Autobot, I will defeat you with the Black Axe of Darkness. But I have the Blade of B and the Prime Double Quad Blaster of the Universe. Dude, seriously? Yeah, I know. This is what they name these weapons? I swear, it's like they have a bunch of random words in a hat, and they just pull stuff out. It's like Words with Friends, only not intentionally funny. Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and today we're going to take a look at a little something that's popular overseas in Japan: Transformers Prime Arms Micron Gashapon capsules. As you know, in Japan, the Prime line is dubbed the Arms Micron line because with each figure comes with a little plastic model kit that you can build a robot, either robot humanoid or robot animal, that turns into the weapon for the Transformer. And then, of course, they sell enhancement kits with different microns or repaints of the ones that came with figures. It's a whole big thing. Another part of the line is the Gashapon machine. Now, you might know the Gashapon machine from other Japanese lines. They're very popular over there. Think of the American supermarket. You know, at the checkout line, you see these big 25-cent candy machines. You put a quarter in, you get the little bubble, and you get like a little cheap toy that can probably kill you if you eat it. Well, these are those bubbles. Yeah. Now, keep in mind, and I need to be very clear of this, these are not 25 cents or the Japanese equivalent to 25 cents in Japan. These little capsules usually are like $3 or $4. It would be American money. So, yeah, no, if these were their 25-cent machines, I'd be insane. But you put the coin yen in and turn the knob, and this is what would pop out. And this is the Wave 1 figures. We have Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and then for the Decepticons, they have animal-based ones, much like the larger robots. We'll call this guy Slithery the Snake and Geki the Gecko. They have real names that are takeoffs of the Japanese kana for Gecko and Snake, but I don't remember them and I can't pronounce them. Also, going back to this ball, we have a little special thing from Wave 2. And you see they just open up very nicely. They have like a little instruction cross-cell sheet inside. They come in a plastic bag like this. Sometimes some additional transformation is required. But we have Bulkhead Knuckle. Put him right behind Prime. And then in this one, Pink. Think you can guess who it is. It's RC Blade. We'll get to those two a little later on, but let's start off with the Wave 1 figures. Starting us off is the Optimus Prime figure, and it's clearly Optimus Prime. Ball-jointed arms, swivel ball-jointed hips, bend at the knee, and that's for transformation. You also have like an extended arm shoulder joint, but that's for transformation too. Paint is very simple, blue, red, and he has an Autobot jewel, orange. That's actually kind of important since the jewels have different powers and levels in the ARMS Micron line, and I think these are different to distinguish themselves as the Gashapon. But to transform him, it's very simple. Just going to bring the arm up, or both arms up, one at a time. It's a little tricky, I should say, to get those arms up in position, but they stay in like this by friction, nothing else. Then you come up behind, and you just bring up the legs, and they form a blaster. Now, a lot of people say this is the best figure of Wave 1 just because he actually looks like a real weapon, and he does bear a strong resemblance in terms of shape to Prime's old ion cannon. Next up is Bumblebee, and I'll say right off the bat, he's probably my least favorite of Wave 1. Basically, he's straight up yellow, a little detail on the chest where his windshield should be, very small, detailed face, much like Prime. Ball joints in what would be the arm, he does have that extra swivel, but that's all for transformation. Ball joints in the hip, very loose. Knee, but that's again for the transformation. He also has that jewel in his leg. To do the transformation, you're just going to go ahead, swing the arms around, and then fold them up backwards. Again, no pegs to hold anything into place. Then you're just going to come up and swing the legs back like this, so you have something that looks like a double saw blade. Now, something that's interesting, this transformation gives you a peg on the bottom to plug in. There's also a hole on his back, so if you were to say switch everything around, which you can do to some extent, and bring the legs forward like so, you then have the option that you can peg him into another figure, like Optimus Prime here. That's for that cross compatibility, which we'll get into a little bit later. Yes, Rock, we all smell what you're cooking. And here's our first Decepticon, ARMS Micron. As I said, he's Slithery the Snake. As you can see, he has a different shaped and colored jewel, and he's predominantly black. Right after Bumblebee, I would have to say this guy's my least favorite, just because his transformation, which we'll get to in a second, it doesn't stay together well, and to be honest, I'm not 100% sure I'm doing it right. But first thing you want to do is come around, flip the head back, flip the whole... actually, you want to flip the head forward, I'm sorry, see what I mean? Then flip the unit back, so basically the head is down, even though you want to kind of fold it backwards, but actually, let's see. Maybe that can work that way. See, the Wave 1s don't come with instructions. Yeah, maybe that'll work. No, not really. It doesn't fold flat. These are, by the way, you can transform these different ways for combination, but the next step is, as I'm talking over myself, is you want to straighten this whole rear section out, fold the tail in. The tail will actually peg into the handle and sort of hold everything straight, and then you have a little peg for gripping. And there he is. He's some sort of chainsaw axe weapon. He does have micron ports on the front and holes on the back. That's so he can combine with different microns. And finally we come to the Gecko. Now I should mention that he and the Snake have variants in the wave, that they all come in pink. Now apparently those are powered up versions that give even more super godlike powers. you got to follow the Arms Micron story from Japan. It's a little out there, and it's laughable, and it's like in a good way, like a funny way. But I think right after Prime, this guy's my favorite, just because there's a little bit more you can do with him in terms of transformation and getting things together. But to transform him the stock way, you're just going to come in, fold the tail up, pegs into place. That's what I really like. And then you're going to come and peg the arms together, or legs, and then as you're doing so, fold them up so you have this little axe weapon. Now what's nice is you can still spread it out if you want a little more space. As you can see, there's a hole there, so you might be able to fit something in. You can also leave the handle flipped out. A lot of different things you can do with this guy. And again, there's his Decepticon Jewel, still in the green color, and he has a peg on the head. Really lots of things that can be done. And here's the Star Wave 2 Bulkhead. I'll be honest, I really wasn't planning on getting Bulkhead or any of the other Wave 2 figures, but then I saw what he looked like in his weapon mode and a lot of the different things you can do, and he's really become popular. To transform, I'm going to go ahead and split open the back like this. Continue to flip it out and open. Bring it up, and there'll be little divots, not pegs or anything, that the legs will sit in. But then what you can go ahead and do is rotate one arm around, and it will peg into the top there. Now, this configuration is if you want him to be a right hand. If you want him to be a left hand, you just go ahead, leave this arm down, and as you can see, it becomes a thumb, and peg the other arm in. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been able to figure out a way, because of the gripping peg on the inside, how to, Bulkhead to do like a thumbs up, but this is really cool and really fun, and you do have a lot, like I said, a lot of options as to what you can do with them, and it's a giant fist. And here's RC, or the RC Blade as she's called. I'll be honest, I really wasn't planning on getting her. I just actually got stuck getting her because she was in a set with Bulkhead. But, she's blue and silver. The legs kind of have a little bit of a problem staying shut. But that's what you're going to experience with these cheaper toy kits. The Transformer, she becomes a sword. You're just going to bring the head forward like that. Flip out what were her wings on the back, so they're flush like that, and then bring around her arms upward, and they're gonna sort of rest in grooves on those wings. It's not like a perfect fit, and you can see it's popping out even as I do it. It's just yeah, this arm is like a little loose, so you just got to get the friction right, and, Next, you want to come down to the legs, fold the blades down, and then there's a little peg here at the bottom. Just gonna squeeze them together and just get everything sort of straight. Yeah, an arm's really annoying me. And believe it or not, you have something that looks close to the Sword of Omens. And wow, is that leg off. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, this is really not my favorite, and you can see why. I mean, theoretically it looks cool, but yeah. Okay, remember how I mentioned that the Arms Micron weapons can combine? Well, I didn't realize until recently that the Gashapon weapons can combine as well. The first 3 Autobots and the first 3 Decepticons all combine together. Unfortunately, I don't have the turtle shield from the Wave 2 set, so I can't show you the combined Decepticon weapon. But I can show you the combined Autobot weapon comprised of Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Bulkhead. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Grand Cross Archery. This is supposed to be a crossbow. Basically, you have the Bulkhead knuckle with both thumbs flipped up, Optimus Prime pegged into the side to form the barrel, and then the Bumblebee blade in the back forming the bow. I'm going to try here. I literally just made it now. I'm going to try and connecting it to Hotshot here. Let's see what happens. So, here we go. Interesting thing about Bulkhead, he has 2 connection ports. So you can actually peg him into an arm or have him hold it like a fist. Alright, I'm going to try to peg him in here. Alright, there we go. There we go. Let's zoom out. Yeah. Oh my god. This thing is unwieldy. I mean, this I like because it actually sort of looks like this will hurt. Like, this will hurt someone, something. The person firing it, the person being shot at, the person behind the person being shot at. I mean, this is just... I mean, this right here is what Arms Micron is all about. Crazy combined weapons that... I don't even know if he can... He can't even hold it up. It's like he can't stand... I mean, maybe it's because his joints are a little loose, but... This is just crazy combined weapons that are just so off, and like their names are hysterical, like Grand Cross Archery. Who comes up with that, really? But oh wow. If you see some Arms Microns that you like, pick them up. If you don't like them, and I can understand why, that's okay. They're not necessary for your enjoyment of the Prime line, but I think they're kind of fun. This is your old pal Chuck, and for Hotshot about to have a hernia from firing Grand Cross Archery, we'll see you next time.